You see this right here? This was a core that the Dallas Mavericks could have kept together. Porzingis getting rid of him in 2022, understandable. Letting Jalen Brunson walk in that offseason made no sense because it meant you had to panic, get Kyrie Irving, who is, I believe, a little bit better, or at least was than what Brunson was at the time. But still, Luka, Brunson wanted to stay and play with Luka. You got rid of him. This will be the legacy of Nico Harrison, who should, realistically, be fired from his job today. He should be. And we heard mad stuff. Like, Nico Harrison basically admitted Rob Pelinka thought he was trolling him. The Mavs owner laughed at him when he brought the trade up. Luka didn't want out and didn't indicate he wouldn't re-sign. And he said he doesn't care about 10 years from now because he won't be around. Like, mental. Absolutely mental. Like, some of the stuff from Nico Harrison. Like, if you guys fully believe Nico Harrison should be in a job, don't subscribe. And I mean that. If you guys watch this video and do not subscribe, you believe that Nico Harrison should still be in his job. I'm just taking, like, I don't make the rules here. I mean, I kind of do, but, like, subscribe, please. But, anyway, Nico Harrison really said this, or saw this and said, nah, I'll blindside him and ship him off to LA. Luka was generational and loved Dallas. I've never seen a worse for an off decision in any sport ever. Like, Doncic is so good at basketball that people are talking about Anthony Davis like he's Hassan Whiteside. That is how good Luka Doncic is at basketball. People are talking about 80 like he's Whiteside. Nico Harrison will give you Luka Doncic. Nico Harrison meet and greet. Dear Lord, that's too far. Investigate Nico Harrison. How did this mega deal come to fruition? Harrison cited his 2-decade relationship with Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka, stating when Harrison was a Nike executive, starting when he was and Pelinka was a player agent. Harrison told the news that he and Pelinka began having basketball conversation more than a month ago. Then all of a sudden we're like, would you ever do this? Nah, you're joking, right? Interesting. Maybe I would. Added Harrison. And it just built over time over the last 3 weeks. Harrison said as of early Sunday morning, he had not communicated directly with Luka, but rather Luka Doncic's agent. Harrison said he did leave a text message for Luka. My guess, he probably doesn't want to talk to me. Dear Lord, who didn't even have, like, he didn't even have the balls to tell him before he got traded. Like, that's mental. He probably heard 20 minutes before we did. Let's take a look at what was said about Jason Kidd.
And I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. You know, trades, you guys have been around here, trades don't happen at the smallest level without stuff getting out. And Rob and I were able to have, you know, really intense conversations over
the reason why nothing got out is I'm pretty confident until it was signed, Rob Pelinka thought you were trolling. I think Rob Pelinka genuinely thought you were trolling. That's why nothing got out. Rob Pelinka wasn't saying anything because he probably thought that you were freaking. I wouldn't be that surprised if he thought you were drunk texting him just because you don't like Luka Doncic. Oh, we'll give you him. And then he probably realized, oh crap, this guy's not just drunk texting me. He's sober. He's actually going to do this deal. Oh crap. And then within 10 minutes, it was already out of there once it was signed.
The course of, 3 or 4 weeks, that started out as a coffee that, was more, hey, would you ever, I don't know, would I? Let me think of, and then it built upon that. And, we kept it between us.
So he was making this trade and literally not even shopping Luka Doncic. So for the last 4 weeks, he has been trying to shop Doncic to one team and one team alone and not make an offer. Like, you legitimately, I'm not joking, if you went to Oklahoma City, you could get yourself J-Dub and 3 or 4 firsts. And I know they don't want J-Dub, but J-Dub is, like, you could get something along those lines. You could get, let's be real, if you were talking about anything in the future, you could get Chet and 3 firsts. You could probably get Chet and 3 firsts. You could probably get Hartenstein. You could probably get Hartenstein, J-Dub, and 2 firsts. Genuinely for Luka Doncic. Because the team will be like, you know what, when Chet comes back, we're good. Luka, you can play the stretch mark 4 right now. Like, that's basically like what they could have done. There were so many better packages than a guy who is being called street clothes because of how little he plays basketball.
We had to keep it tight. J. Kidd didn't know about it, but J. Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about archetypes, and we talk about the culture that we want to create. So I know the type
Kid
of
wants
players
to kill him.
that,
He wants to kill him.
He likes without actually talking to him. Hey,
He wants to kill him.
You know, so I know that. And J Kid coached them.
This is my favorite video ever. He wants to kill him.
When you're aligned with your coach like that, I know the type of players that he likes.
I know the type of players that he likes, and he's probably like, this idiot. I wanted these players because we had Luka, not instead of Luka. Like, Jason Kidd looks like he wants to kill him. This is still my favorite video ever. You know, we don't even talk. Like, I know what he likes. I know what players he's looking for. Do not. Do not. This doesn't mean he didn't know it was being worked on. Being informed actually is being aware options are being explored. There is no way that this man here knew that options are being explored.
He likes without actually talking to him. Hey.
Sorry, there is no way that this man here knew anything. There's no way he knew anything that was going on. Nothing to be sad about. AD is a great player. When healthy. The Mavs did not make this trade. It was an NBA business decision. No, I think from everything we heard, like especially what they were talking about, I think Nico Harrison just didn't like Luka Doncic. Like I actually think he didn't like Luka Doncic straight up. Like that is my opinion of it. From what it seems, Nico Harrison said. Rob Pelinka replied after first floating Luka trade. Nah, you're joking, right? Like this is mental. This is absolutely mental. Like how this guy did not get fired when he went to the Dallas owners and it's like, I'm trading Luka. It would be like if Dan Gilbert just didn't like LeBron James. Or I'm just trying to think. It would be like in 2015, Dan Gilbert, who doesn't like LeBron James. They don't like each other. It would be like, actually no, Dan Gilbert wasn't really GM. It would be like Jerry Krause shopping Michael Jordan in 1991. Like whatever about the last three-peat, he was older. But it would be like shopping him when he was 25 off the back of a damn championship. It would be like after 1990 or 1991 when they won their first championship. It would be like Jerry Krause just going out and saying, I'm trying to think who's even a couple of years older than Jordan. As I've said, like, who's a couple of years older but a big. Being like, you know what? Oh, we already have Scotty. We have BJ Armstrong. But, like, you know, we were playing Bill Cartwright center, so we need something new. Yeah, Michael Jordan. We will trade you for... Who was an old center to play at the start of the 90s? That was older than Jordan. I actually genuinely, off the top of my head, don't know. What centers were there at the start of the 80s that were half decent? Just insert all-star center. They were all younger than Jordan. Insert all-star center 6 years older than Jordan. Insert all-star center who is on the back nine of his career. Like, it would be it's like trade again. Yeah, I've always said maybe. Oh yeah, you know, maybe we want wing shooting. So give me Dale Ellis. We'll go Jordan. Give me Dale Ellis. We need that shooting. Ruined 1.3 million lives. 124 threats received per minute. This made children cry. 100% grew up as a Lakers fan. Must think true shooting is a joke. Like. His Wikipedia, Harrison is since going to have the worst tenure of any GM in the NBA. The Mavericks will fire him before the end of the season. Eric Harrison is, everyone laughed at me and said I was on crack when I brought it up, the trade, but that didn't stop me. That's not that wrong. Nobody wanted me to do it. All my emotion for basketball seemingly went away. I have zero attachment to the Mavs. I have zero hatred for any of the other 29 teams. I just hate Nico Harrison. Like, it was literally was a case. Luka Doncic, first ballot Hall of Famer. Luka Doncic retires today. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, by the way. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. 5-time All-NBA first team, EuroLeague MVP, Eurobasket All-Star 5, 2-time EuroLeague Rising Star, ACB MVP, nearly won an Olympic medal for Slovenia. There are 2 million people in Slovenia, and he nearly got them to an Olympic medal. Like, no, like, Luka Doncic is a first ballot Hall of Famer because it's the Basketball Hall of Fame if he retires. Luka Doncic was a first ballot Hall of Famer if he retired in August 2021. And he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer if he retires today. But Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison meet and greet. Like, it's the worst. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. It actually is. I genuinely mean that. This is one of the worst things I have ever seen. Like, is this tampering? It's not going to be because of the Lakers, but like, Luka never hit the open market. And it would have given the Mavs the greatest return in history. More than likely, especially with teams hoarding draft picks now. Like, what? What? Like, it just makes no sense what he did. And it looks like he might have just tried to freaking... It looks like one of two things. He either wanted to get him to the Lakers. He knows he's getting fired at the end of the season. So he's like, let's get the best chance to win this season. I'm going to be fired anyway. Screw whoever comes in after me. Or he just... This is some sort of weird NBA thing to get him to the Lakers. And I think... Or to be fair, he might just hate Luka. I think it's a mixture of he hates Luka Doncic. He knows he's leaving. And he couldn't give a damn who replaces him. He wants whoever replaces him to have a worse time. That's my theory. Anyway, I'll see you guys.